Okay, so in this video I'll be going through my art process, start from finish. So this is the concept. First it starts with the concept of what it is, just the basic ideas of what it is and what made me think of it, what message I'm trying to convey. So just the idea concept, and then getting it down on paper, just the rough drafts, which you'll see in a bit. And then it goes on to the Photoshop of making those drafts into a real image, and then getting that into a reference that I've used in Photoshop, and then from there go on to paint it. And yeah, you'll get to see the whole process, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so this is just like some mood boards I've done. Basically just, I know what I want, but I've just been trying out different ways and alternative, just different compositions of what I would think I want. I quite like this small one that I did. I like the size of the page, but my piece won't be that size. It'll roughly be about, quarter of a page. So I'm pretty happy with all of this. I know that there's going to be trees either side, and the White House, not the White House, the windmill is going to be center, with a pathway and a construction digger. So that is my basic concept done. I know what I want, so now I'll move on to the Photoshop phase on my laptop. Okay, so I found this on the internet recently, and it's called Video Canvas. It's meant to be pretty cool. I've never tried it before, so this is literally just opening it up. Basically, it's just artificially generated landscapes. So rather than just create something horrible looking on Photoshop, I'm thinking that I could possibly use this artificial intelligence to create a landscape. I'll show you how it goes. So this is what I've made. It's pretty stupid, and this is the artificial intelligence creation. This is what it's come up with from that, which I think is pretty cool. I'm gonna try and make what I want now. Okay, so after a bit of fiddling around, I managed to come up with this. This looks absolutely terrible, but what the AI generates from this is this. And I'm absolutely obsessed. Look how cool that is. So cool. I'll definitely be using this in my final product. I just need to add the windmill and the digger, and then I should be able to go. Okay. So update, I have sketched onto the page my finished piece. You didn't see me do that, but I've done that. Can you see that? Yeah, you can roughly about just see that. Got all my stuff ready to paint, and I'm ready to go. So yeah, let's begin. So what I'm doing now is just adding the paint and the paint for the backdrop, just so that when I start painting, that there won't be any like white in the back. It'll be like red. So just to make it look that little bit more professional. I really think that I've got a style for clouds. I think that the way I paint them, I've done it before in Only She Knows. I like the way that the colours combine but don't mix. I don't know what it's called. If somebody could tell me, that'd be greatly appreciated. But I like to paint in a way that lots of colours are next to each other and in different shapes, but don't mix. They're blatantly next to each other, and there's lots of them, is the only way I can kind of describe it. To me, this piece kind of represents like longing for something else, just like achieving a goal or something, and the effort that it takes to get there. When I'm painting, I always seem to get into, well, I know what it is. It's called flow. It's like a meditative state of mind, but the reason I love art so much is that when I start a piece and start painting, it's really nerve-wracking to begin with, especially like setting up the camera, the stress of people watching, the stress of making sure that it doesn't look too bad or whatever. But then when I genuinely start, and even when I was washing the canvas, I kind of just zone out, and the only thing that exists is the paintbrush and me. And before I know it, I finished it, and I've got to do something else and turn off the camera and do something else. And especially when I've time-lapsed this, I'm listening to music or doing something else, and everything just fades away, and it's just me and the paintbrush, and nothing else matters, and that's just the best thing, the best feeling. I'd say my art style is, especially in this 3 series, is very surrealism, borderline abstract. The colours are very abstract. I feel like I'm using bold primary colours just to sort of elevate the piece, and it's definitely not realistic. I like to give myself some artistic liberties in that sense. That's my style. I like to just go balls to the walls, colours everywhere, primary mostly. I feel it gives it just a bit more pop, and you look at art because it looks pretty. You don't want boring regular photos. You want the boost up the saturation and let your eyes feast on some colour. Well, that's what I think anyways. But yeah, I did some more painting later on. The sun had gone down, so I took it up into my bedroom, set my easel up, set the camera, and got painting. This was just to add the finer details, finish off the digger, and add mostly just details. But yeah, I recorded everything apart from the chords that go onto the digger. But when I was painting it, a song came on, and I just fully zoned out, and it was just perfect. I was just heavily in the flow, and yeah, I was so happy that I had it on camera, and I go back, and that was the one thing that I didn't get on camera, and I was gutted. But everything else is still here. Just know that you missed out on the best moment. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, here's the rest of it. In this piece, my colours were running out. I was running on empty, so I was just using whatever colours I had and mixing a few and trying to make my supplies stretch as furthest as they could. And I think it came out pretty good. I wouldn't complain too much. Now all that's left of my colours are literally like nothing. I definitely need to get new stuff, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to work with what you've got, and if that means you've got to mix two colours to get another one, then that's what you got to do. Great life advice as well, I think. Yeah. I think towards the end I just I got into the flow very heavily, and I just thought to myself, the paints were at this point running severely low. I had run out of green, so I was mixing blue and yellow, and I just thought, you know what, this piece is going to lean much more heavily on the surrealism, because I do not have enough paints to make this work. But yeah, I just gave myself a lot more liberty and just went for it. I just let the flow carry me, and I went a bit more wavy with the leaves and the grass and the tree, and I think it came out pretty good. I enjoyed letting myself have that freedom, and I think it paid off. I think I'm calling it the Sun Trilogy. Why am I calling it the Sun Trilogy? That's because each piece has a different time of the sun rising. So in Only She Knows, the sun's fully up. It's in the center of the piece. It's the middle of the day, and yeah. And then in Walk to Work Personified, it's in a sunset. And in this one, it's the break of dawn. So I guess that's really the only thing linking the three pieces together, and also the landscapes. But yeah, Sun Trilogy it is. I really like how it turned out. I really like the idea of the third and final piece, and also it feels good that my paints have come to an end. I feel like this is a closure, and yeah, who doesn't love good closure?